그럼 이제 제7회 글로벌 여성 리더 포럼을 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 포럼을 매년 주관해 오고 계신 글로벌 여성 리더 포럼 조직위원장님이죠. 이봉순 리컨벤션 대표이사님의 개회사가 있겠습니다. 여러분 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다.
Good evening. Some countries say good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for joining.
Well, that's a fantastic introduction to our next segment. This is a segment called City of Mice Busan with the CEO of Liconvention, Bong. Good afternoon. Welcome, 대표님. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How did you like the audio clip coming out?
Great. Happy to hear again.
So it's so nice to have you here. We've come here to talk about My City, Busan, in detail. You are, of course, the Liconvention CEO, but you were also recently elected as the chairperson of the Korean Association of Professional Convention Organizers. So welcome. 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다.
So nice to have you here. Please introduce yourself to our listeners, and please also introduce Liconvention, because you are one of the top domestic convention companies that represent Busan over the past 21 years.
I'd like to introduce myself as a pleasant life creator.
Yes.
Who loves working for mice industry. Yeah, it's okay.
Short and sweet, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And what about Liconvention? Tell us about your company.
I found Liconvention 21 years ago, and we are organizer who organizing international conference and exhibition. So we specialize maritime industry at our first stage, and we are expanding IT and environment, and we are doing we expanding the more different industry.
Yes, you've done so many different conferences and exhibitions, and the most recent one that I was actually involved in was Happiness Insight.
Right.
And that's your love, right?
Oh, thank you so much.
You love Happiness Insight. It was really, really fantastic. Now, you won the Korea Mice Grand Prize in 2014 and also in 2020. And recently, you were elected as the first local business owner to be the president, or the CEO, the president, the chairperson. There we go. The chairperson of the Korean Association of Professional Convention Organizers. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Can you please tell us more about the Korean Association of PCO, and what do you think it means that a businesswoman, a Busan businesswoman, was elected the chairman of the Korean Association of PCO?
Association of PCO is a professional convention organizer, and all companies is specialized in international conference and exhibition, exclusively conference. So we're all together in nationwide, and we work in different cities, and we all together to develop and increase the mice industry.
And how do you feel as a Busan businesswoman being elected chairperson?
Being in position at first time is always make us, special.
Nervous, special, yeah.
And so happy. And I feel more responsibility as, my mission and duty.
And I think also as well, it's really nice for young women who look up to you to see you in that position and to see you as a role model or as a mentor as well.
Thank you.
Yes, and one of them is right here. 자랑입니다. So for those who might be unfamiliar with the mice industry, please give us a brief description of what the mice industry is. And also, because you're a front runner in leading the Korean mice industry, what are some of the greatest achievements and successes that you've experienced? Like, what's the rewarding part of it?
MICE industry is a very integrated industry. It's M means a meeting, and I is an incentive tour, and C is a convention, and E means exhibition. So we all together. It's a very combined all together. So it's a very integrated industry.
Ah, I see. If you could just pop a little bit closer to your mic because your voice is so cool and relaxing, but we need to hear you.
Right.
And so there we go. Meetings, incentive tours or incentives, convention and exhibition. So it's all together in one industry, which is very big. Huge industry.
Very big.
Very big. And you are one of the front runners. Liconvention is kind of out there leading the MICE industry. So what are some of the best achievements that you've achieved? Successes that you've achieved?
You mean what kind of achievement?
Yeah, what kind of things have been really successful, or what are some really good memories from working in the MICE industry?
I like to, there is a lot of conference and exhibition, and this is all special to me. But it's one thing I have to point out, and IAPH is International Association of Ports and Harbor, and I worked for the port industry as a public relations and overseas marketing team leader, and I have been attending as a participant to the IAPH, and IAPH made me a dream as an organizer.
Right. So
and
this is where it started.
Yeah, that's it started. And so I dreamed, I like to attract IAPH to Busan.
Yeah.
I like to do like this. I like to show our culture, and I like to show our attraction, and I like to do, there is so many imagination. So that IAPH made me a dream, and I started as a convention organizer, and I find out so potential, and it's I like to define as a rising star. This convention is never ever ending. It's just like always rising sun. So I like to do business. I like to involve in a convention business. Yeah. So when I keep make an effort to attract IAPH, and I set the goal to attract IAPH. This is the first time when I started my business. I successfully attract IAPH, and I conducted in Busan.
When did you conduct that one? The international
2014.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So there you go.
Yes.
You realized a dream. That's very cool. And I think the perfect place for IAPH, ports and harbors, Busan is a port city.
Right.
It's the perfect place for it. Absolutely. So what is your own way to overcome the limitations of PCO in Busan in a structure where most of the MICE industry is concentrated in the metropolitan area? So how do you overcome that?
Globalization, and we actively explore the overseas market, and we jump into the overseas to attract the convention. So that's the that give us so strong competitiveness, and now we can be in position.
Yeah. And it's very difficult as well because COVID-19, of course, has really changed the way that we're doing conventions now. And we never imagined that in person is not possible. 2 years ago, it was everything in person. The MICE industry, of course, tourism and MICE has been hit probably the hardest globally by COVID-19 since last year. So what's the current situation?
Current situation is similar like last year.
Yeah.
And it's a negative point. Is global market is still it's not a good in a stage. But last year we had a lot of experience, and we find out some online solution. So in this year we will make a survive through the online convention.
Yeah, and that's been very interesting. Although it's been kind of a negative experience almost to stop people from coming. Obviously, we needed to, but also it's forced us and forced the tourism industry and MICE industry to think differently and to adapt very quickly.
Right.
Which you've done very beautifully, and I know other conventions have also done that very well. So yeah, it's impressive. So due to the continued spread of COVID-19, it is a reality that will inevitably lead to structural changes in the MICE industry in the future. Some say the paradigm of the service industry has changed completely. So what do you think the MICE industry will look like from now on? And additionally, how are PCO and MICE industries preparing for this change?
So I think we will utilize online advantage, and so we expand our convention with an online world, and so we can say in the hybrid convention means there is an advantage if we conduct in offline, and also we find out there is a very potential advantage on online. So we will combine together. So we say as a hybrid type of the convention. So we utilize together with the advantage of offline and online. Yeah. So we will keep, expanding our convention. Yeah. So.
And seeing how we can...
by utilizing hybrid type of the convention.
So hybrid includes off and online, and I think that's a great way to also be here and doing this business in Busan, but also reaching a wider audience, perhaps. Like we can reach global audience. So face-to-face events, only face-to-face events were not held last year. However, Lee Convention did introduce the hybrid event, which has got online and offline. How did they go? What were some challenges with the hybrid event?
If at first stage when you make a solution through the online, and we didn't get used to. Yeah. And we didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And but we will keep advance and advance. We found a lot of advantage. So last year it's so easy to conduct a conference. Is okay. It's not a big problem. Yeah. But the exhibition is too difficult. Yeah. Because exhibition is a need. It's a buyer from the overseas. Yeah. There's we can make a market. Yeah. And sellers is willing to participate as an exhibitor. But without buyer, it's just no need. Yeah, exactly. So it's just very difficult to make a online solution, but we did it. So we developed online exhibition and busy matching and through online, and so there is a so challenge, but we make it, and we will develop more this year. Yeah,
and I think that's all right. I think it's, we've got to just get used to it, right?
Oh,
it's going to get better and better. But yeah, buying and selling is better face-to-face,
yes,
right?
Yes.
We're running out of time, so I'm just going to move to our last question. As the representative of PCOs at the forefront of the convention industry in Korea, what innovation goals would you like to achieve in the Busan MICE industry for the future?
And so now we are already our company is 21 years, and the Busan's conventions history is over 21 years. So now business is so mature, and so we could become the developer, developing what kind of conference and exhibition needed at the recent trend or future trend.
Yeah.
So now we can be a developer,
Yeah.
so more actively. So I like to create like a CES. The CES is it's over 50 years, and they have been a excellent global platform to launch some products and engage with the global brands, and so it combined with the conference exhibitions perfectly, and South by Southwest is the biggest music festival.
Yeah.
Even festival, they are combined with a conference and exhibition.
Yeah.
So I like to create some so integrated convention. It's mixed with a conference and exhibition.
Yeah.
Sometimes mixed with a festival.
I love it.
Yes.
It sounds fantastic. Unfortunately, Lee Depunim, we have run out of time. We've got to go. But it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. Thank you so much for coming in to talk with us. And we wish Lee Convention all the success moving into the rest of 2021 and the future. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thank you very much for
고맙습니다.
giving me an opportunity.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Take
See you
care.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.